This book is called The Little Engine That Could, and it's read with minor and utterly inconsequential embellishments by Papa. Chug, 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 puff, 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 ding dong, ho ho, Twinkie, ding dong. The little train rumbled over the tracks. She was a happy little train, for she had such a jolly load to carry. Her cars were filled full of good things for boys and girls. There were toy animals, giraffes with long necks, teddy bears with almost no necks at all, and even a baby elephant that didn't have any reference to his neck given here whatsoever. Then there were dolls with blue eyes and yellow curls, dolls with brown eyes and brown bobbed heads, and the funniest little toy clown you ever saw. And there were cars full of toy engines, airplanes, tops, jackknives, flamethrowers, picture puzzles, books, and every kind of thing boys or girls could want. But that was not all. Oh no. Some of the cars were filled with all sorts of good things for boys and girls to eat. Big golden oranges, red-cheeked apples, bottles of creamy milk for their breakfasts, fresh spinach for their dinners for them to eat and feel self-righteous about, peppermint drops, and lollipops for after-meal treats. The little train was carrying all these wonderful things to the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. All four of them. She puffed along merrily in full defiance of the Surgeon General's warning. Then all of a sudden she stopped with a jerk. She simply could not go another inch. She tried and she tried, but her wheels would not turn until she obtained more federal funding. What were all those good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain going to do without the wonderful toys to play with and the good food to eat? Probably play with bottle caps and eat beef jerky, I shouldn't wonder. "Here comes a shiny new engine," said the funny little clown who jumped out of the train, which is ordinarily not a good thing to do, but under the circumstances it actually worked out. "Let us ask him note the gender to help us." So all the dolls and toys cried together, "Please, shiny new engine, won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us because they don't believe in stockpiling." But the shiny new engine snorted, "I pull you? I am a passenger engine. I've just carried a fine big train over the mountain with more cars than you ever dreamed of in your puny little imagination. My train had sleeping cars with comfortable berths, sections called C for some obscure reason, a dining car where waiters bring whatever hungry people want to eat at exorbitant cost, and parlor cars in which people sit in soft armchairs and look out big plate glass windows and pretend they're watching television. I pull the likes of you, indeed not." And off he steamed to the roundhouse where engines live when they're not busy. How sad the little train and all the dolls and toys felt. Then the little clown called out, "The passenger engine is not the only one in the world. Here is another engine coming, a great big strong one. Let us ask him note the gender to help us." The little toy clown waved his flag and the big strong engine came to a stop. "Please, oh please, big engine," cried all the dolls and toys together. "Won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine has broken down and the good little boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the big strong engine bellowed, "I am a freight engine. I have just pulled a big train loaded with big machines over the big mountain. These machines print books and newspapers for grown-ups to read and to confuse the minds of little boys and girls. I am a very important engine indeed. I won't pull the likes of you." And the freight engine puffed off indignantly to the roundhouse. The little train and all the dolls and toys were very sad. "Cheer up," cried the little toy clown. "The freight engine is not the only one in the world. There was, after all, that passenger engine that we saw previously, but that's not important in this context. Here comes another. He looks very old and tired, but our train is so little, perhaps he, note the gender here, can help us." So the little toy clown waved his flag and the dingy, rusty old engine stopped. "Please, kind engine," cried all the dolls and toys together, "won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the rusty old engine sighed. "I am so tired. I must rest my weary wheels. I cannot pull even so little a train as yours over the mountain unless I'm assured the ability to buy an unlimited supply of name-brand prescription drugs at below cost. I cannot. And off he rumbled to the roundhouse, chugging, I cannot. Then, indeed, the little train was very, very sad, and all the dolls and toys were ready to cry. But the little clown called out, "Here is another engine coming. A little blue engine. A very little one. Maybe she, note the gender here, will help us." The very little engine came chug-chugging merrily along. When she saw the toy clown's flag, she stopped quickly. F equals MA. "What is the matter, my friends?" she asked kindly. Subtle we are not here. "Oh, little blue engine," cried the dolls and toys, "will you pull us over the mountain? Our engine is broken down and the good little boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. Please, please help us, little blue engine." "I am not very big," said the little blue engine, somewhat redundantly. "They only use me for switching trains in the yard. I have never been over the mountain." "But we must get over the mountain before the children awake," said all the dolls and toys in their best whiny voices. The very little engine looked up and saw the tears in the doll's eyes, and she thought of the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain who would not have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless she helped. Then she said, I think I can. And she hitched herself to the little train right after all the dolls and toys got together, and with a mighty heave, they lifted the broken down engine off of the tracks, carried her over, and dumped her in the ditch with all the aplomb with which Nixon jettisoned Agnew. That embellishment, by the way, stopped being funny not one, but 2 generations ago. But I still use it here because, you know what? I enjoy being old. Okay, so she hitched herself to the little toy train, blah, 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 Nixon Agnew. She tugged and pulled and tugged, and slowly, they started off. The toy clown jumped aboard, and all the dolls and toy animals began to smile and cheer. Puff, puff, chug, chug went the little blue engine. I think I can. Then again, I'm not really sure. I think I can. Up, up, up. Faster and faster and faster and faster. The little engine climbed. Usually you decelerate when you're going uphill rather than accelerate, but we won't worry about that. Until at last they reached the top of the mountain. Down in the valley lay the city. Hooray, hooray, cried the funny little clown and all the dolls and toys. The good little boys and girls in the city will be happy because you helped this kind little blue engine. And the little blue engine smiled and seemed to say, now she hasn't had any difficulty speaking up to this point, but here she seemed to say as she puffed steadily down the mountain, I exceeded my authorization, I exceeded my authorization, I exceeded my authorization, I exceeded my authorization, I exceeded my authorization. Psh.